Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a garden slash plant update because a lot of it I'm getting ready to cut down because it is about that time. I mean, down here in the south we still have a month or so of summer. I'd say about a month and a half until it gets kind of, chilly throughout the day. But right now it is, staying pretty hot. And some things are languishing. They're not doing good. And they're going to need to come down. So I'm going to turn around the camera. And I'll show you the different things that I've done in the garden. Jixie. Okay, so we walk out of the door this way. And you see the sunflowers this way. As you can see, I redefined this edge here. All these were in a circle around all that right there. And I just thought it kind of looked sloppy. I didn't like the way it looked, so I kind of changed it. As you can see, all of these right here, I planted a bunch of zinnias, which are those back there. They're about 30 days to full maturity, so those will grow pretty fast. And then here we've got the calendula right here. But yeah, these sunflowers are getting ready to come down. This year I've actually been harvesting the sunflowers so I can get the seeds out of them. This is actually the first time I've done that. A lot of things in the garden are an experiment this year. So as you can see, that one's getting ready to come down. This one's getting ready to be finished. And then you can see how much the morning glories have. They're almost fully over this thing right here. I put some lights, some solar lights. There is a big, you can't see it on the camera, but there's a huge spider web in this whole section, this whole corner of this thing. But I just like it for decoration. And once the sunflowers come down, I'll be able to, clear it up and use it. Of course, we have the St. John's wort here. The tomato plants have gotten quite large. So far, the deer have eaten every single one of the tomatoes, except for this little cluster right here. I've been keeping an eye on it to hopefully be able to harvest those tomatoes. They're the only ones that they haven't gotten yet, so fingers crossed that they don't get those. Now, as you can see, a lot of the stuff down here is staying too wet. Like the thyme, rosemary, the lavender, and I think this is a Russian sage, and then that woolly thyme is completely dead. It all got too much water. I think I packed too much stuff in here, so I'm going to end up extending this at some point. I just don't know when. Maybe I'll extend it that way, actually. Makes more sense to do it that way. But you can see the mugwort is, I harvest that all the time and it just continues to grow. The marjoram, the oregano is doing actually pretty good. The yarrow, if I harvest it continuously, it does good, but if I let it sit there, it goes bad. The sage is doing very well. I've been harvesting a lot off of that. And as you can see up on the hill, this right here, that is a pokeberry. That is what I'm waiting for the berries to ripen so I can make ink out of it. I dug a fire pit. It does not look big on the camera, but it is quite large. Okay, so let's walk this way. Here I've got a cardinal vine. These are little red flowers. It's growing up this stupid little ladder thing. But yeah, we've got more vines, more calendula, some other stuff, some echinacea. Now this is my favorite part. The teepee. Of course, all of the flowers only stay open for a few hours in the morning, but they're very, very pretty. And these I think are some type of petunia. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But from what I've seen on different groups that I'm a part of, that is a petunia. We have a tomato plant from, throwing out instead of throwing food scraps away, I throw them in the garden, usually over there by the door over here, but sometimes a random one gets out here. We've got the lemon balm, which, I've cut back I cut that back a lot. The cabbage, it's being eaten, which it's whatever. The lavender, strawberries, of course the zinnias look beautiful. Those zinnias, they attract hummingbirds and butterflies and bees, all kinds of pollinators. And then of course here, I don't know what that is, so if you know what that is, let me know. Down here we've got this flower. I don't know what this is, but it's a very pretty vine. It's all over the garden. This tomato plant has not produced any flowers or tomatoes, so maybe not this year. This plant is actually really cool. It's got the very center of this flower is black. I don't know if you can see it, but these are the leaves of it. Very pretty flower. And see, I have to come out here literally every single day and pull things like this, because this is a morning glory right here. If I do not pull those, I will have morning glories everywhere. And yeah, once you get one morning glory plant in your garden, you're going to have morning glories for the rest of time, because they just continuously pop up. Like, I pull them from over here, all over the place over here, all over here. Like, I'm even pulling them over there, and I never planted anything over there. Oh, okay, so this over here, I've been slowly raising up this part of I'm about to hire somebody to pressure wash all of this back here. But I've got a zinnia plant here, the heucheras, and then this today I just did. I had to trim up my coleus in the front, and of course it all looks a little sad right now, but it will quickly take root and get really, really big. Another volunteer tomato plant. Got a bunch of tomato plants back there. And then the heuchera over there. Marigold peppers. So as you can see, we've got a pepper there. We've got one here. And they're full of flowers as well. Yeah, they're looking really, really healthy. So let's walk this way. We've got the artemisia. This specific plant is the Hawaiian Blue Dream marigold. They are the most vivid blue flowers ever. I'm going to have to come out here in the morning and show you guys one day. This right here is a moonflower vine. So I have it being trellised up this thing so it can be separate from all of this. And then I also put the string from here to there. I know it looks strange right now, but see, I've got vines growing here, and then I've got these vines, and of course these, I'm going to let these get pretty big and try to guide these over to here, so I can kind of make a little cool thing. But I've been out here all day this morning, keeping the weeds out of the path, because if I don't come out here literally every day and pull weeds, they'll take over. So here the Mysteriums have regenerated themselves. They were looking very ugly and very sad, and I kind of just picked, because they had grown out way over against this thing right here, and so I kind of just picked them up and flopped them back over, and they just regenerated and put on a bunch of new growth and flowers, and they look really pretty. Another zinnia right here. Zinnia there. Cosmo right there. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll let it grow. And then looking this way into the garden, You can see a bunch of new coleus that I planted. I put lemon balm here, and then you can see the sweet potato vine is taking over everything, which is what I want it to do. It looks really pretty. I like the contrasting colors of all of the greens and all of the different shades of green and the leaf shape. So we've got the Artemisia. This is an Ipomea that no, not Ipomea, I'm sorry, an impatient that I grew from seed. Some more coleus that I planted. And of course they all look really sad, like I said, but they will quickly perk up. And then we've got the salvia, the basil, the pineapple sage, and then look at this, the sedum is getting ready to flower. Isn't it beautiful? Sedum is so pretty. I love it. It does really well in my area because of all of the humidity. It really likes it here. Then of course we got the fern, and over here we've got the different mints and the bee balm right here. These are some Chinese forget-me-nots, actually. This is, peppermint, spearmint, regular mint, and bee balm, and some lavender. So then we walk around this way, and we've got up here on the hill, we've got more pokeberries that I plan to harvest eventually. And then the maple tree and everything. Then over here we've got the, what are these? Why is this, hydrangeas. The hydrangeas right here. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, they've all this one's put on completely new growth from when I bought it. So it's all looking so nice. This one is looking pretty good. It's starting to put on some new growth finally. So yeah, the heuchera and the bench, and then here's the garden from this view. So you can see the potato vine has completely reached the end here. So here it is from this. Okay, and then we're gonna walk around the front. Let's walk around the front, and I'll show you everything around the front. So as you can see, we're coming up on the deer got this plant right here. I can't remember what it's called. Well, we've got what are these called? Why is this all evading my thoughts? Anyway, sorghum. And then we've got random morning glories, and then all of these sunflowers. More sorghum. The wisteria. And then look at the watermelons here. They've taken over almost the whole yard. And then morning glories. Oh, look, we got a jelly bean. Jelly bean. Hello, jelly bean. Hello, little bean. Oh, little Dean bean. And here we've got the lavender. Lavender really likes that spot. And the rosemary. Okay, let's go up here and I'll show you the dahlias. So the roses have put on some new flowers. Those bachelor buttons are still good. That dahlia has put on about another foot of growth. I'm going to show you guys the coolest thing. Okay, so this guy looks scary, but it's not actually. It's a really good spider to have in your garden. It's actually called a writing spider, but look how big it is. But look at its web. It's got a very interesting web. It's kind of like a zigzag, but they get pretty big. And it will, if I get too close to it, it will actually start to bounce on its web to indicate, that it's there. And this peony's got a bunch of new growth on it. The azalea or no, the hibiscus, I'm sorry. The hibiscus has gotten a lot of new growth on it. See it's got a lot of new buds. And lastly, I cut all of that down, all of the bachelor buttons that were there. I'll take you on the porch and show you how everything is looking up here, because it's all really grown. So you can see I had to flop over this trellis right here because it was getting too heavy. And this caladium is doing pretty good. The catnip is doing really good. It really likes it out here. And I'll just come out here and pinch off. You know, you want to pinch off right between the leaves, and it will branch off. And like you can see here, it branches off. You can see where I pinched it right last time. It branches off and makes two stronger branches. This coleus is out of control. I need to trim it. I need to like take this and clip it right here so it can even out a little bit. And then on this side, this caladium is doing really good. I have to keep spinning it so it stays cohesive. And then this jasmine plant is like putting on a bunch of new flowers every day. I love it. And then here, this is a draconia, type of draconia plant. And then the lucky bamboo. These are the babies from this plant. And this right here is the coleus. You can see where I've trimmed a bunch of it off, like it was full, like full on. But here is the Swedish ivy. And then over here, these caladiums have come back fully. I'm so happy about it because they had completely died off. There was nothing alive on the surface of this caladium when I had it in the house. As soon as I brought it outside, it just sprang back to life. And then here I bought another Dieffenbachia because I sold my big giant one, which I kind of regret, but this one I know will get really big really quick, just like the other one did. And then the fiddle leaf fig that I bought from the grocery store, I put it in that pot here. And then here, this, I don't know what this is called, but it's really pretty. It's, as you can see, the new growth is like green and yellow, and then as it ages, it turns red. The begonia. I'm very surprised about this begonia, how like well it's done. It actually looks really nice. I don't do anything to it. I just freaking water it, and that's it. And it looks really pretty. These are some more impatiens that I grew from seed, and a mini rose bush that I just bought. And I'm being very cautious about it because every time I buy one of these, that dies. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with it before I just go ahead and pot it. Oh, and this is some local sedum that grows on the sides of the roads here that I just picked. Yeah. So let's go in there this way. And I will show you the last little bit of what the stuff is looking like in the house, so you can see repotting of that plant, just cuttings. Over here, I repotted this polka dot plant. This is my patchouli, my golden pothos, my jade, the leaves to my donkey tail sedum, as you can see, growing roots, getting another little plant on there. Waffle plant, my little miniature succulents from, cuttings. My calancha or calancho, it's actually gotten huge. I can't remember what this is called, my vein plant or something. The elephant, pink elephant something. You guys, I'm so sorry, I'm bad at the names. These are the garlic chives. The wandering dude, I'd rather call it that than its other common name. The begonia, the African violets right here and right there, donkey tail sedum, prayer plant, arrowhead plant. So yeah, that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little drawn out. Oh, almost forgot. My dragon's tongue plant, my creeping Jenny, and my green onions, and my orchid. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this plant and garden update, and I will see you in the next video. I love you guys, and if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, again, I am at the Grove Apothecaries. I will see you in the next one. Bye.